Have yellow teeth made you hesitant to smile? Perhaps you've caught yourself holding back your laughter or covering your mouth in conversations. For many seniors, this is not unusual. Yellowed teeth are something most people accept as part of aging, but they do not realize there are gentle ways to change this. Just 5 minutes a day with one simple practice can naturally brighten your teeth. Hello, I'm Dr. Rajesh Sharma, a practicing dentist in Chandni Chowk, Delhi, now in my 42nd year of service. Over the decades, I've treated thousands of patients, many of them in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. I have always believed that dentistry should not be about complicated procedures that only a few can afford. That is why I want to share this method with you today. It is gentle, inexpensive, and effective, and it can be practiced by anyone, right at home. This knowledge is being revealed exclusively here, on Senior Life Now. Before I tell you about the method itself, let me start with a real story of my patient. This is Mrs. Shalini Menon, a 72-year-old grandmother from Kochi, Kerala. For more than 25 years, she struggled with yellowed teeth. Every time her family gathered for festivals like Onam or Vishu, she would avoid smiling widely in group photos. She covered her mouth when speaking to relatives. When her granddaughter once said, "Amma, why don't you smile in pictures?" her heart sank. When she first came to me, she said, "Doctor, I feel like my smile has disappeared with age. I don't want to look miserable in front of my family." I recommended a routine that anyone can do at home, one that does not require a visit to the hospital or the purchase of costly whitening gels. 3 months later, the change was remarkable. Her daughter proudly said, "Amma's teeth are whiter than they were on her wedding day." Even her husband was astonished. Mrs. Menon herself told me, "I smile now without hesitation. I feel young again." That is the power of this natural method, and that is what I want to share with you today. If you watch this video to the end, you will smile with confidence for the rest of your life with this secret home remedy. So let us begin, shall we? And before we dive into the details, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and happiness will follow you all the days of your life. You'll never miss the tips that can make your later years healthier, happier, and more fulfilling. But before we get into the details of the secret ingredient, let us understand why teeth become yellow as we age. Many people assume it is just coffee, tea, or turmeric stains from our daily food. But the truth goes deeper. As we grow older, the enamel layer, the protective outer coating of the teeth, becomes thinner. When this happens, the yellow dentine underneath begins to show through. That is one major reason why even if you brush diligently, the color of your teeth still looks darker year after year. Another factor is reduced saliva flow. With age, our salivary glands naturally slow down. On top of that, many seniors take long-term medications for diabetes, high blood pressure, thyroid conditions, or arthritis. These medicines further reduce saliva, leading to dry mouth. And what happens when the mouth is dry? Plaque builds up faster, food particles cling to the teeth, and stains settle more deeply. Add to this decades of chai, filter coffee, betel leaf, chewing in some regions, or strong spices like turmeric and masala gravies, and you have the perfect recipe for yellowed teeth. In fact, surveys across India have shown that more than half of people over the age of 60 feel embarrassed at least once a day about the color of their teeth. Some avoid smiling in family photographs. Others cover their mouths when speaking closely to grandchildren. And many seniors have even told me they sometimes avoid social gatherings, worried about how their teeth look or smell. So what is the usual solution? For younger people, chemical whitening at a dental clinic may be an option. But for seniors, this method can be too harsh on sensitive gums and enamel. Not to mention the cost. Professional whitening often runs into thousands of rupees per session, and results may not last. That is why I began recommending a natural alternative. It may not work overnight like some expensive procedures, but it is safe, gentle, and most importantly, sustainable. If you are consistent, you will see real change over time. So, what exactly is this secret ingredient, and how does it work? The secret ingredient is coconut oil. Yes, the same coconut oil that many of us in India already keep in our kitchens and use for cooking, hair, or skincare. But very few people realize how powerful it can be for oral health. Coconut oil contains a natural compound called lauric acid. This substance has strong antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. What does this mean for your mouth? It means coconut oil can help to do the following: reduce harmful bacteria that cause plaque buildup, break down sticky deposits that trap stains on the surface of your teeth, soothe gums, reducing irritation, bleeding, and swelling, freshen breath by eliminating bacteria that cause unpleasant odor. When plaque decreases and gums become healthier, the natural brightness of your teeth begins to return. And unlike harsh chemical whiteners, coconut oil works gently and gradually, making it safe even for seniors with sensitive teeth and gums. The most well-known technique for using coconut oil in oral care is called oil pulling. This practice might sound new to you, but it has deep roots in our own culture. In fact, oil pulling comes from Ayurveda, the ancient Indian system of medicine. For thousands of years, people in India have used oils like sesame or coconut oil for detoxifying the body and maintaining oral hygiene. In recent years, the practice has gained popularity around the world, as modern research confirms its benefits. So what exactly is oil pulling? It is simple. Every morning, before you eat or drink anything, take 1 spoonful of coconut oil and put it into your mouth. Slowly swish it around, pushing it gently between your teeth, letting it coat every corner of your mouth. Do this for 5 to 15 minutes. Then spit it out. Remember, do not swallow the oil, because by this time it has collected bacteria and toxins from your mouth. After spitting, rinse thoroughly with clean water and then brush your teeth as usual. When done consistently, even just 3 to 5 times a week, this practice can bring about visible changes. Your teeth gradually look cleaner, stains start to reduce, gums feel stronger, and breath becomes fresher. One of my senior patients told me, after just a month of oil pulling, doctor, when I look into the mirror now, I see someone smiling back. I had forgotten that feeling. And remember, this is not a quick fix treatment. It is a habit, a small act of care repeated daily, much like washing your face or combing your hair. Over time, its effects accumulate, and the transformation becomes undeniable. Let me share the story of Mr. Ramesh Gupta, an 80-year-old retired schoolteacher from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. When Mr. Gupta first came to see me, he looked downcast. He was a man who had once spent his life teaching children, speaking confidently in classrooms, and engaging in lively discussions. But now he barely opened his mouth during our consultation. After some gentle encouragement, he admitted his worry. "Dr. Saab, my teeth are yellow and my breath smells. I feel embarrassed to talk to my grandchildren. Even at home, I keep my conversations short. I don't want my family to think badly of me." I could see how deeply this was affecting him. Decades of medication for diabetes and high blood pressure had left his mouth extremely dry, which made plaque build up more easily. His enamel had thinned with age, and stains from years of tea drinking had settled firmly. Instead of recommending expensive treatments, I suggested he start with a very simple habit. Every morning, before you eat or drink anything, take a spoon of coconut oil, swish it in your mouth for 5 minutes, and spit it out. Then rinse with water and brush as usual. Do this daily for 1 month. That is all I ask. At first he looked doubtful. Just oil, will it really work? But he agreed to try, encouraged by his daughter-in-law, who even promised to remind him each morning. When he returned after a month, I immediately noticed the difference not in his teeth, but in his expression. For the first time, he walked into my clinic smiling. "Dr. Saab," he said, "my grandson no longer complains about bad breath. He actually likes sitting next to me again. My family tells me my teeth look cleaner and I feel lighter inside. I don't cover my mouth when I laugh anymore." The change was not only in his teeth, but in his confidence. His daughter later told me that he had started telling stories again at the dinner table, something he had stopped doing years ago. This is the true power of oil pulling with coconut oil. It does more than whiten teeth. It restores dignity, allows you to speak and laugh without hesitation, and strengthens the bonds with those you love. Mr. Gupta's case is just one of many. Every week, I meet seniors who believe nothing can be done about yellow teeth and bad breath. But when they start with this simple step, their lives begin to change. So far, we've seen how oil pulling can bring about remarkable improvements in both oral health and confidence. But coconut oil can be used in other ways too. These methods are particularly useful for seniors who may struggle with regular toothpaste or who want to speed up the whitening process in a safe manner. Let me share two simple techniques that my patients have found extremely helpful. First method is coconut oil with baking soda. This is a natural whitening paste you can make right at home. Mix coconut oil and baking soda in equal parts, about 1 teaspoon of each, until it forms a smooth, creamy paste. Use this mixture as you would toothpaste, gently brushing your teeth for 2 to 3 minutes. The baking soda has mild abrasive properties, which means it can scrub away surface stains from tea, coffee, or spices, while the coconut oil keeps the mixture soothing and gentle on your gums. If used carefully, it can make your teeth look brighter within weeks. But here is the most important warning: do not use it every day. Baking soda, though natural, is abrasive. Overuse can wear down the enamel and make teeth sensitive. Limit this method to 2 or 3 times per week at most, and always brush gently, without vigorous scrubbing. The second method is oil brushing. This method is even simpler. Instead of toothpaste, just dip your toothbrush into a spoonful of coconut oil and brush your teeth as you normally would. Because coconut oil is smooth and lubricating, it makes brushing less harsh, especially for those with weak or bleeding gums. Oil brushing is safe to practice every day, even twice a day if needed. It leaves the mouth feeling fresh and moist, and many seniors find it more comfortable than chemical toothpastes, which sometimes cause burning or irritation. One of my patients, Mrs. Asha Nair, a 75-year-old from Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, is a perfect example. When she first came to my clinic, she said, "Doctor, I fear brushing my teeth. My gums bleed every time and toothpaste burns my mouth. I feel like giving up brushing altogether." On examining her, I found her gums were swollen and sensitive. Even the softest toothpaste seemed too harsh for her. I suggested she try oil brushing, just dipping her brush into coconut oil and brushing lightly once in the morning and once at night. 1 month later, Mrs. Nair returned with a completely different expression. She told me, "Doctor, my gums don't bleed anymore. Brushing no longer feels like torture. In fact, it feels refreshing, and if I miss a day, I feel uneasy." And then, with a smile, she added, "Even my teeth look brighter now." Who would have thought that just coconut oil could do this? Her story is not unique. Many seniors with sensitive gums have benefited from oil brushing, finding it both gentle and effective. So now we have 3 methods with coconut oil, which are as follows: oil pulling, which is the traditional Ayurvedic practice; coconut oil and baking soda, which forms a natural whitening paste and can be used sparingly; oil brushing, which is a daily gentle alternative to toothpaste. What happens when coconut oil is combined with other natural ingredients like green tea and chamomile? The results, as you will see, are even more powerful. We've seen how coconut oil alone can create a big difference in oral health, but nature has given us even more tools to strengthen and brighten our teeth. When combined with coconut oil, these ingredients provide powerful results, not only whitening, but also protecting the gums and improving overall oral freshness. There are 2 natural companions. I always recommend green tea and chamomile. First is green tea. Most of us already know green tea is good for the body, but it is also excellent for the mouth. Green tea contains compounds called catechins, which are natural antibacterials. These catechins inhibit harmful bacteria in the mouth, reducing plaque and preventing bad breath. The best way to use green tea is as a light mouth rinse. Simply brew a weak cup, not too strong, because strong green tea contains excess caffeine, which can affect teeth and sleep. After meals, take a sip, swish it in your mouth for about 20 seconds, and spit it out. Doing this once or twice a day keeps the mouth fresh, and when used regularly, it even prevents food odors from lingering. Next is chamomile. Chamomile is a gentle herb, well known for calming the body. But it also has powerful anti-inflammatory effects on the gums. For seniors who suffer from swollen gums or bleeding when brushing, chamomile can be a natural healer. To use, simply steep a chamomile tea bag in warm water for a few minutes, allow it to cool, and use the infusion as a mouth rinse. Alternatively, you can mix a little chamomile into coconut oil and brush lightly with it. The result is soothing, refreshing, and gentle enough, even for the most sensitive mouths. When these two ingredients, green tea and chamomile, are combined with coconut oil, they create a complete natural oral care routine. It is no longer only about whitening. It is about full mouth health, reducing bacteria, protecting enamel, calming inflammation, and freshening breath. To understand the power of combining coconut oil with these natural companions, let me share two remarkable cases from my patients. The first is Mr. Abdul Rahman, a 77-year-old retired shopkeeper from Hyderabad, Telangana. When he visited me, he was deeply troubled. "Dr. Saab, my mouth always feels sticky. Food odors linger no matter how much I brush. My gums hurt when I eat, and my family avoids sitting close because of my bad breath." His condition was not unusual. Decades of spice-rich meals, regular tea, and side effects of long-term medication had left his mouth dry and his gums inflamed. I recommended he combine oil pulling with coconut oil in the mornings and use lightly brewed green tea as a rinse after meals. Nothing complicated, just these two simple steps every day. When he returned after 6 weeks, the change was dramatic. His bad breath had reduced drastically, his gums were less swollen, and the sticky feeling in his mouth was gone. His daughter shared, "Abba's confidence has returned. He even sits outside and chats with our neighbors again." That is the kind of transformation that brings not just health benefits, but also restores a person's social life. The second story is of Mrs. Sita Reddy, and 61-year-old grandmother from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. She was an energetic woman, but constantly worried about her teeth. They felt weak and sensitive, especially when eating sweets or drinking hot chai. She also noticed her teeth were badly stained from years of filter coffee. Instead of chemical whiteners, I suggested a gentler method once or twice a week. Rinse her mouth with chamomile tea that had been lightly brewed, or mix a small amount of chamomile infusion with coconut oil and brush gently with it. At first, she was uncertain. "Doctor, will just a flower tea really help my gums?" But I assured her that chamomile, known for its anti-inflammatory properties, is particularly effective in reducing swelling, calming bleeding gums, and soothing sensitivity. After 2 months, Mrs. Reddy was glowing with happiness. She told me, "Doctor, my teeth don't hurt anymore when I drink chai, and my gums no longer bleed when I brush. Even my daughter says my smile looks fresher and brighter." I never thought something so gentle could make such a difference. Both Mr. Rahman and Mrs. Reddy discovered that natural remedies, when used consistently, can bring powerful results. These are not quick fixes, but long-lasting changes that improve not just oral health, but also self-esteem and quality of life. By now, you have learned about oil pulling, oil brushing, coconut oil with baking soda, and even combining it with green tea, cocoa, and chamomile. These methods are safe and effective, but only when done correctly. If done carelessly, they can cause discomfort or worse, damage your teeth and gums. That's why I want to emphasize a few crucial precautions. First is oil pulling. Start slowly. The most common mistake seniors make is trying to swish the oil for too long at the beginning. Some people attempt 15 minutes on the very first day, and their jaws quickly become tired, or they accidentally swallow the oil. Remember, the oil collects bacteria and toxins from your mouth. Swallowing it is harmful. So start with just 5 minutes, then gradually increase the duration as you become comfortable. Always spit the oil out, rinse thoroughly with water, and then brush your teeth. If you skip brushing after oil pulling, the plaque removal will not be complete. Second, choose the right coconut oil. Not all coconut oil is the same. The oil you pick is very important. Avoid cheap, refined supermarket oils with artificial fragrance or processing. These can irritate your gums and are less effective. Always choose organic, cold-pressed coconut oil. This type retains natural nutrients, works gently in the mouth, and provides consistent results. If you find the smell of the oil too strong, choose a mild variety, but never compromise on the cold-pressed organic label. Third, tips for denture wearers. Many seniors in India wear partial or full dentures. Oil pulling with dentures can sometimes trap oil between the material and gums, which may cause discomfort or even damage the denture surface. If you use dentures, consult your dentist before practicing oil pulling. In many cases, I advise my patients to remove their dentures before oil pulling, or simply use a softer method apply. A cloth dipped in coconut oil to gently wipe the gums. Fourth, use baking soda with care. Although baking soda is natural, it acts as an abrasive. If you use it too frequently or rub too hard, it can thin the enamel and make teeth sensitive. That's why I always recommend limiting baking soda use to 2 or 3 times per week at most. And when you mix it with coconut oil, make sure the paste is smooth and creamy, never thick or gritty. If it feels harsh, add more coconut oil to soften it. Fifth, remember consistency over intensity. Many seniors get excited at the beginning and practice oil pulling 3 times a day, or use baking soda daily, hoping for faster results. But this is unnecessary and even harmful. The key is consistency, not intensity. Gentle, regular practice over weeks and months will give you lasting results. If you follow these precautions carefully, coconut oil can become one of the safest and most effective oral care habits in your daily life. Let us take a moment to review everything we have learned together. It is natural for teeth to yellow with age. The enamel layer thins, the yellow dentine beneath becomes more visible, and decades of chai, coffee, spices, and medicines leave their mark. Many seniors believe this change is inevitable, that nothing can be done without expensive dental whitening. But as you've seen today, there is a safe, natural, and affordable way forward. The key ingredient is coconut oil. With just this one oil, you can practice 3 powerful methods. Oil pulling, which is swishing 1 spoonful of coconut oil in your mouth for 5–15 minutes in the morning, then rinsing and brushing. Coconut oil and baking soda, which forms a natural whitening paste, used gently and only 2 to 3 times a week. Oil brushing by dipping your brush in coconut oil and brushing lightly, especially if toothpaste causes irritation. And when combined with other natural companions, green tea and chamomile, the benefits multiply. Green tea keeps bacteria in check and reduces bad breath. Chamomile soothes gums, reducing swelling and bleeding. Together with coconut oil, they provide a complete oral care system. We also discussed important precautions. Start oil pulling slowly, only 5 minutes at first. Always use organic, cold-pressed coconut oil, not refined supermarket varieties. Denture wearers should consult a dentist first and use softer methods. Use baking soda sparingly, no more than 2 or 3 times a week. Remember, consistency matters more than intensity. And you heard the inspiring stories of seniors across India. Each of them once believed yellow teeth and bad breath were just part of aging. But with these simple practices, they regained not only whiter teeth, but also brighter smiles, fresher breath, stronger gums, and renewed confidence. And now it is your turn. You do not need expensive treatments or harsh chemicals. All you need is a bottle of organic coconut oil, a few minutes each day, and the determination to practice consistently. Within weeks, you will notice the difference in your mirror. Within months, you may notice something even more precious: compliments from your children, affection from your grandchildren, and joy in smiling without hesitation. I am Dr. Rajesh Sharma, dentist in Delhi for more than 4 decades, and it has been my honor to share this with you on Senior Life Now. My mission is to give seniors across India simple, natural tools to enjoy healthier, happier later years. If you found today's video helpful, Please do 3 simple things like this video. Subscribe to Senior Life Now and click the notification bell. That way, you'll always receive practical tips to keep your smile strong, your health steady, and your spirit bright. Remember, a fulfilling later life belongs to those who take charge. And with coconut oil, brighter teeth, and a confident smile are within your reach. Until next time, keep smiling, stay healthy, and know that Senior Life Now is always by your side.